The FEMA 50% rule applies to properties that are built below the current base flood elevation. This includes a lot of coastal properties that were maybe built at the ground level, maybe 20, 30, 40 or more years ago. And as flood elevation requirements have continued to become more stringent, they're now non-conforming properties. They were fine when they were built, and they were allowed when they were built, but they're below what the new requirements are. For properties like that to secure a permit for rebuilding or repairing damage, a FEMA 50% rule appraisal is often required. That type of appraisal substantiates the structure value, not the value of the entire property. That's not what matters for that type of appraisal, only the structure value. And when you go to do work on properties like that, you're limited to 50% of the structure value. So if your structure value is $100,000, then you can pull permits to do work up to $50,000. The problem is when you go in to get your permits, what the permitting office will do is look at just the assessment records in order to see what your assessment shows as the structure value. Sometimes that's sufficient to do the work that's needed, and that's great. But more often than not, that number doesn't reflect the actual structure value. And in most cases, it will significantly limit the amount of money that's available to you for pulling permits. Some jurisdictions also just simply require a private appraisal, regardless of what the assessment records say. If you need a FEMA 50% rule appraisal, please reach out to us. We've done thousands of these appraisals, and we understand the rules and the regulations that apply to that type of appraisal. We can oftentimes do them very quickly, some in a matter of days, and in some situations, we can complete those appraisals without requiring a current site visit to the property. We hope, frankly, you don't need these appraisals completed, but if you do, we're happy to help.